All right, let's get started in a comfortable seat, whatever works for you. So first, I figured talk about a little philosophy. So something I've been reflecting on as I've been fortunate enough to do more yoga now that I'm working at home. I can just take a quick break and run over to my mat and do like 10 minutes of whatever I want. So I've been practicing more, and being able to practice more has been wonderful for physical reasons, but also I feel a renewed sense of calm. And I was kind of thinking, you know, why did I get hooked on yoga in the first place? And I think it's the idea of moving meditation. So that's kind of how I think about yoga, is that you're moving with intention and being mindful of where you are, how your body feels, what your breath is doing. And so, obviously, we have so much going on right now in the world. It's inundating us every day. So, just taking a moment to think about how your yoga, if you don't have, 10 minutes, an hour, whenever throughout your days at home, just think about the principles of yoga and how they can apply even as you're sitting in your chair working. So just being mindful instead of thinking about what happened earlier in the day or what's going to happen or how long this is going to go on. That's something I find myself thinking about a lot. Try to refocus your attention to the present moment. And one of the easiest ways to do that, for me at least, and I think for a lot of others, is the breath, because it's the physical reminder of what's happening at this moment. So today's intention, if you like to share it, will be being mindful, staying in the exact moment that you're in. If you're living in the past, coming back to the present moment, not thinking about the future. So staying here in this very moment. So let's go ahead and check in. So get nice and tall and settled in your seat. Let the crown of the head reach up to the sky, bring your chin parallel, let your chest open. We've been crunching up forward, all week, all month, maybe, however long, every day. So just take those shoulders and really roll them down the back body, even maybe checking that your shoulder heads are kind of flat and level with the front of the chest so that you're really open. Palms up if you would like to receive energy, get a more energetic practice. Hands down if you want to ground into the earth. So just take a moment and do your body scan, checking in head to toe, physically and emotionally, what's going on today. Identify any areas of tightness or discomfort in the physical body. As you're here, you can begin to deepen the breath. If you have Ujjayi breath in your practice and you want to restrict the back of your throat, creating more heat, start integrating that now. Going to our intention, thinking about the path of the breath, watching it as it passes through in your nostrils, traveling in the breath through the lungs and back out the opposite way. Be here for a couple breaths, just really focusing on that path. When you're ready, just flutter your eyes open. Bring your intention with you. Keep your focus on your mat, on your breath. All right, next inhale, sweep your arms up and really extend through the fingertips, almost like you're gonna lift through your sitting bones, but you're not. Think about those being very grounded and just be here. Deep breath in, exhale. One more breath in. Exhale, hands at heart center. Next inhale, we're just going to let your hands fall in your lap and start to inhale. Bring your shoulders really up close by your ears. Exhale down the back body. Slow and mindful movement. Even closing your eyes if that helps you. Go ahead and switch directions of your rotation. Two more rounds. And just back to center. Right, inhale, sweep up again. Exhale, hands at heart center. Extend your left foot out in front. You're gonna keep your right knee hugged in. Your foot will be inside of the thigh, above the knee. Just plant it nice and firm. And once you're set up, inhale, lift. Exhale, twist, left elbow outside of right knee. This right hand allows your spine to grow long. Really reach to the crown of the head. Make it an active pose by bringing your navel to your spine, flexing the ball of the foot, starting to maybe move the neck. Sorry for the cracks if you can hear those. And breathe deeply. One more inhale. Exhale, release, coming back to center. When you're ready, left leg comes in. Root it nice and firm. Inhale, extend up. Exhale, opposite twist, right elbow, left knee. One more breath in. Exhale, release. Now we're going onto our backs. So soon, you say? Don't worry, we are still warming up for sure. So once you get on the mat, just really think about the earth meeting you at the bottom of your mat. So a very secure feeling. And think about the points of contact with the mat. So your heels, the back body, the shoulders, the base of the skull, your arms. And just take a moment to settle in here with your inhale, just breathing in really good positive thoughts, energy, whatever it is you need today. And exhale, think about really settling into this space. Keep breathing. Just settling, reconnecting with your mat. Go ahead and bring one hand to the belly, one hand to the heart, and we're going to do some breathing exercises. If you'd like to start opening in the hips, you can bring the soles of the feet to touch. As you inhale, first inhale, think about the inhale filling up the belly. Exhale, going back out. We'll build our way up in the body. So keep breathing into the belly. Really tracking that motion with your hand as a reminder of the physical movements. One last breath in the belly. Hold it. Sip up a little more and see if you can feel the breath move into the lower rib cage, and hold. Exhale all out. So we're going to take 3 more breaths and let your inhales fill up to the bottom of the rib cage. So inhale belly, rib cage, then exhale again. With your own breath, just 3 cycles here. And on your last inhale, think about then moving your inhale a little bit further up into the top of the chest, the rib cage. So really filling up your entire torso with breath. So inhale if you can. You can also catch up on the next round by exhaling a little more to catch up on your subsequent inhale. So next inhale, we'll all meet, really expanding our capacity. And exhale, release. 3 more, all the way up into the top of the chest. You can leave your mouth open, let your breath be audible. Last breath, make it the biggest breath yet. Really test your capacity, sipping in a little more at the top if you're able. And release. All right, bring the soles of the feet to plant. So just regular planting of the feet, and windshield wiper your knees. You can plant your palms down on the mat along your body. Gentle rocking back and forth, opening in the spine. Pause on one side on your next round. You can extend your left arm if you stopped on the right side, and gaze over that left arm or right arm. Really just getting our tops of the body involved. Not a deep stretch yet, just waking up the body. One more breath in. Exhale, come back to center. Inhale, take the other side, opposite spinal twist. Gaze over your arm. Deep breath in. Exhale back to center. This time we're going to really extend our body. So let's start by curling up in a little tiny ball. So bring your nose to your knees, even your forehead if your flexibility allows. Curling up tight, really stretching the back body. Deep breath in. Exhale, extend long. And just be heavy on the mat while you're extending in both directions. Really reach, rotate the ankles, rotate the hands. Deep breath in and reach, extending. And exhale, curl up really small. One more round. Inhale, extend. Exhale, curl up. And from here, just extend long and rest. We're going to take some stretches, just initial stretches from our backs before we get moving. So bring your right knee into your chest, like you're trying to pull it into your armpit as tight as you need or as loose. Keep both balls of the feet engaged, navel to spine. Ensure that your neck is nice and long throughout your practice, especially with all the additional compression our spine is getting these days. Let's counteract some of that. One more breath in. Exhale, extend the right leg. And when you're ready, inhale, bring the left leg in. One last inhale here. Exhale, send the left leg long. One last full body stretch. Inhale, extending. Exhale, curl up. And once you're here, just rock and roll to the front, gently rolling the spine as you gain momentum. And we're going to meet in a comfortable seat. Bringing your legs out long again. Getting nice and rooted through your sitting bones. Engage the feet, the quads. Protect the knees, flex the feet. And we're just going to simply just press the earth away, and we're going to take a little back bend, a throat opener. So use your palms here to kind of push you up and back and root you. So inhale and exhale. Once you get there, open the mouth, open the throat. You should feel it right here, really, really deep. One more breath in. Exhale, just come to a neutral spine. Keep your eyes closed and just let your head kind of level out. Let the blood come back to where it needs to be. Deep breath in. Exhale. Next inhale, sweep up. And then on your exhale, just hinge. So no deep pulling or stretching yet, just allowing the back body to start to stretch. Keep your back pretty flat, and by checking in with your crown of your head and where you're extending, you can do that. So think about your gaze going up, your back being flat. Deep breath in, exhale, settle. Just one more breath here. Deep inhale, exhale, and come back to a neutral seat and just kind of get comfortable. We're going to get ready to move. But before we do, let's do a wrist stretch. So come to wherever, if you're in your comfortable seat already, or a tabletop, wherever you like to set up for your wrist stretch. First one, palms facing up, fingertips to the knees. So on your inhale, think about growing your arms, not your arms, your arms really tall, like extending. And then exhale, setting your weight gently down and coming back to sit on the feet. Breathe in the tops of the arms. One more breath. On your exhale, go ahead and come off of the back of the feet and just shake out the hands. Ooh, release, rotate the arms, rotate the wrists. And opposite stretch. Fingertips still pointing to the knees, front of the wrist facing forward, palms down. Inhale, grow tall through the arms. Exhale, sit back. Deep breath in. Exhale and shake out your wrists. Give them a little break. Let's meet in standing. Just shake out, now that you've been sitting a minute, shake anything out that feels like it needs some wiggle room. All right. So I've prepared a flow that gets into your hips, and there's a new pose in here. So wait and see what that is, I guess. So I'm going to be at the back of my mat. You guys could be kind of wherever. We're going to set up for some warm-ups, sun salutations into our flow. So get where you want to be for that. We'll start at the back. All right, inhale, sweep up. Exhale all the way down. Don't forget, keep a nice bend in those knees, especially early on. Inhale, halfway lift. Each time you're here, think about your shoulder blades kissing on the back body because that opens up the front body. Think about your head reaching forward. Inhale again here. Exhale, fold. Really let the head be loose. Shake it left, shake it right. Alternate the weight in the feet. Just letting the back body get a good stretch. Come back to center when you're ready. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. As you inhale, think about really rooting down. As you grow tall, inhale, lift. Stretch up. Exhale, hands at heart center. Inhale up again. Exhale all the way down. We're going to take a little bit of a shoulder rinse. So you can take your stance a little bit wider, like 2 fists. Bend in the knees. Hands clasped at the low back. Straighten the arms. Drop the head. Drop the body down. Let the crown just hang, almost like you're trying to put your head in between your feet. Deep, slow breath when you're upside down. When you're ready, drop the hands back down by the feet. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, back down. This time, we're going to walk our hands out to the top of the mat to our high plank. Inhale here. Exhale down, lowering slowly or taking knees, chest, chin, whatever variation you want today. Inhale on your up dog or your cobra. Cobra is nice to start off. And exhale, flip the hips, meeting in our first down dog of the day. So really, really push and pedal into the feet, making sure that you are getting some good opening in the back of the thighs. So now that we're here, reconnect with your intention, reconnect with that breath, and find some stillness for just a moment here. Reminding yourself that this is a place you can come for relaxation, restoration, or child's pose. Deep breath in. Exhale, release through the mouth. Next inhale, just let the right leg come up and we're going to rotate the ankle, rotate the knee to open the hip, extend it back long, really extend through the ball of the foot, the heel rather. One more breath in. On your exhale, however you get there, you're going to bring your right foot to the top for a low lunge. You can bring your back knee down. If you have a blanket or if you want to kind of fold up into your little cheat for your knees, make your knees comfortable. You don't have to also drop to the knees, but I think it's easier for what we're going to do, which is our twist. So just plant your left hand. If you need a block for your twist, you can go grab it. We're just setting up for the first one, so check in with anything you might need here. Once you are, so your left hand is going to be right next to your right foot. Don't forget your knee over ankle, and then twist open when you're ready. Spinal twist, letting your chest open some more as well. Gaze up if it's comfortable on the neck. 2 deep breaths in. Last breath, extend really, really high with that top hand. And then exhale, you're going to plant this front hand. And we're going to move into lizard. So I will move so you guys can see. Well, most of you probably know the setup for lizard by now, but just it's worth revisiting. Your hands will be inside of your front foot, and you're going to let the front foot fall open onto the knife edge side. And wherever you need to be with your hands, you're going to come onto perhaps your forearms and just hang out. You're gonna get a good hip opener. And we're gonna be here for 3 breaths. So just focus on the breath, where it's traveling, where it's creating space. Next exhale, you're just coming back up onto your hands for a second. This is the new hip opener. So you can kind of just get to a comfortable spot for the moment while I show you the setup. The setup is your feet are in warrior two. So for us, your right foot is going to be forward, your back foot is going to be parallel. And essentially, you're going to get in a wide enough stance that you can fold over your legs. So the stretch is stretching over this front foot to get into the hips. So you're going to be stretching a little bit in front of you off the mat probably. And you should feel it somewhere in the hips. I kind of feel the general all around from one side of the thigh to the other in the back. But what you should feel is opening somewhere in the hip. Might be the whole hip, might be the inner hip. And hold your breath here. One more breath in. And on your exhale, we're just going to come back to this original setup position to set up for our chaturanga. So then once you're here, just bring your front foot back to the back and take your flow. Don't forget to check in each downward dog. Pedal your feet. Exhale deeply. Collective breath in. Exhale out. Opposite side. Inhale the left leg up. Start to rotate the ankle, rotate the knees. Singular knee. Can't rotate that other one, can you? And opposite direction. Extend back. Inhale here. Exhale, coming back down. Left foot in front. Right knee comes on down, setting up for our spinal twist on the left. Right hand plants at the front. Left arm comes on up. One more inhale. Exhale, make yourself more square to the front of the mat for our lizard setup. So move your left hand, onto the inside of the left foot. Drop onto the knife edge side of the left foot and come on down wherever you are able to hold this pose. If you have a block, this is a good place for a block as more of a focal point and a place that you can connect the space between your head and the ground. One more breath in. Exhale, we're setting up our feet for the warrior two hip stretch. So front foot, warrior two, left foot in the front, back foot parallel, and reach over kind of out in front of that left foot and leaning into the front foot at the same time. So you're going to have to kind of find this little spot that feels like, there is some opening here. And the back foot just be in as far as you need to create a stable foundation. Deep breath in. Two more. Next inhale, square up to the front of the mat. Bring that front foot back to meet the back. Inhale at your high plank. Exhale, lower down and take your flow. Anything else you need in your flow, whether it be a pause somewhere or extra movement, honor that. And now we will do our first child pose of the class. So either option, if you like to keep opening the hips, let your knees be wide, about as wide as the mat, wherever your edge is, and settle on down. Forehead, really press down so that your spine keeps stretching out. Fingertips up overhead. Think about your hips kind of settling down onto the feet. Reconnect with your intention and your breath. Bring steadiness to the breath. Bring your mind back to this moment. One more breath in. Exhale out. All right, we're going to get moving again, but before we do, an additional shoulder stretch that you guys can do, especially if you're like me and your shoulders are so tight all the time, is basically from your child pose, you'll bring your knees together, lift the hips. You may walk the feet out a little bit. You're going to keep your hands down for puppy pose. So your hands are going to be really rooted into the mat. Let your head press down. So this is kind of a way that you can gently stretch into your shoulders. Depending on how tight your shoulders are, it may not be so gentle. So just breathe for 2 breaths. Being here, accepting what it is, how it feels. And when you're ready, just come on up to your down dog. However you get there, anything else you need in between, come back to that stillness once you find it in down dog. All right, deep breath in. Exhale. Inhale, right leg up and back. Just twist out the leg. We are going to just let the hip fall open. If you have space, you can drop the top foot and lift up. This is a good heart opener. It's also kind of funny to be upside down and just look at your house upside down, because you don't do that very much. Just a little exploration. One more breath in. Exhale, flip on back. This time, we are going to bring our front foot to the top just for regular warrior 2. So your back foot will be parallel. Keep your front knee over that ankle. Scoop your tailbone under. Reach out, extend. Inhale, bring those shoulders up. Exhale, roll back down the body and just settle in. Find your drishti, book on the bookshelf. Maybe it's a ceiling light, a lamp. One more breath in. Exhale, reverse warrior. So you're going to send this top arm back behind, stretch in the side body. Don't dump your left side. Keep it active. One more breath in. This time we are going to scooch that back foot in a little bit and take side angle. So your hand will kind of rest down on your thigh. You can change your feet if they feel like they need to be changed, and extend up. Really good side body stretch. And if you like, you can even let that top arm kind of come up by the ear, really leaning into it. One more breath in. And exhale, we are going to just shift over, frame the front foot. So you're setting up in this lunge again, just to make our way through our chaturanga. Deep, deep stretching here, really letting the crown hang down, letting those heels drip towards the mat. Deep breath in, exhale through the mouth. Next inhale, lift the left leg. And take the same motions you took on the other side. If you flipped all the way, go ahead and flip over now. If you're here, lift very much through the hips. One more deep breath here. Exhale, flip on back. Extend out. One breath in. Exhale, come on into your warrior two. Inhale, scrunch. Exhale, down. Next, inhale, send it back, reverse warrior. Check in with your right side body. Inhale once more here. Exhale, setting up for side angle. So bringing that top arm down, adjusting the feet perhaps, and reaching the right arm back up. As you're here, think about rotating the chest open, like your shoulder is stacking over the back body. One more breath in here. And exhale, square up. So you're back in your runner's lunge and take your flow. All right, deep breath in. Exhale, release. All right, next we're going to do some forward fold fun. It's a lot of F's in there. All right, walk to the front of the mat. Your feet are gonna be parallel and extended. So one foot on either side of the mat. So you're in a wide-legged forward fold. Let your head just come on down. Crown of the head reaches towards being in between the feet. Options for your arms are out on top of your feet, maybe a little wider than your feet to stretch the arms. Another option, if you want to get a little deeper, walk your finger pads behind you. That will get more into your hips. Find a place of stillness. We'll be there for 3 breaths. Bring your feet in a little bit. And we're going into a squat. This is my least favorite yoga pose, which is why we should do it. Anything you don't like is there for a reason. So if you have a block and you like to prop your sitting bones on a block, otherwise your feet are going to point more at angles. Your elbows will be on the inside of the knees. You can bring your hands to prayer if that helps you kind of create space, and let your bottom, your sitting bones are going to draw towards the earth. And we're going to be here 3 breaths, no longer. Really stay here. Last breath. And on your exhale, plant your hands, walk your feet together, and take a forward fold. Very good. Release, shake it out. And when you're ready, inhale and come to standing. All right, hopefully your hips feel pretty open. Figure we could work on our balance poses. So let's meet in tree. So get set up for tree. You can be anywhere that works for you. If you need to travel off of your mat, go ahead and go there. And we're gonna start on the left side. So let your feet, your left foot really root, and let that be the focus initially. Just checking that you're really strong in the standing leg. Keep a little bend in the knee. And your options, this little kickstand on the calf, inside of the thigh, or open with your knee drawing down. So something to think about that I am guilty of in standing poses is letting your hip kind of whoop, gets out of line. So think about pushing from this external side, pushing in as much as you're lifting up and as much as your other foot is pushing in too. So find stillness. 3 breaths in, find your drishti. And go ahead and release. All right, opposite side tree. So plant through the right foot. And wherever you were with your other foot, take that same variation. And release. Shake it out. All right. And next, we're going to work on chair just a little bit. So from where you are, root down. We're going to inhale up. Exhale, sit. So your back should be flat. Your tailbone will be tucked in a little bit. Your arms will either be up by your ears or goal posted for the tight shoulders, and breathe 3 more breaths. If you need extra challenge, you can lift the toes. Last inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands at heart center. All right. Next will be dancer's pose. We'll come back to chair in a minute. I'm going to add some variation. So root through the left foot and whatever your setup is. So what I like to do is bring this right foot up behind and then kick into the right foot. So I'm very active with the right foot and drawing that knee down. And then once you are set with your foundation, you can lift your arm up and then just gently lower yourself to wherever your dancer's pose edge is. Don't forget about the standing leg, it's supporting you, so give it a little bit of cushion. Gently bending, try to keep your hips square, keep breathing, find your drishti, try to channel whatever you need to stay strong and present here. 1 more breath. This time we're going to fall, release your bind, let the right leg be nice and long, drop the head, standing splits. And just a reminder, I'm very bad at this variation of standing splits, but the full expression is actually your hands kind of around the calf or the back of the ankle. So if you have done this so many times and you want to try something new, try releasing your hands from the earth and taking the full variation. Just something to work towards. And when you're done, bring your right foot down, kind of shake it out and stay down in a forward fold. And let's just go ahead and take a really nice deep forward fold. Next inhale, come back up, reaching up. Exhale, hands at heart center. All right, dancer's pose on the other side. So root through the right foot. Kick the left foot in the left hand. Uh-oh. Reaching up and come on into it. When you're ready, drop down into standing splits. Hips should be nice and square. One more deep breath. Exhale, top foot comes down, forward fold, really deep. One of the last ones. So if you want to take another shoulder rinse, by all means, rinse those guys out. Hang heavy, generous bend in the knees as we cool down. And come on slowly back to standing. All right. So we're going to do one more chair before we move on. And this time I'm going to challenge you guys a little bit before we go on our back. Make you work for it because we didn't flip and cord this time. So I have a substitute. All right, inhale and sweep up. Exhale down to your chair, wherever you want to be. And my challenge to you is coming onto the balls of the feet. And we're going to be here 5 breaths. If you fall out, you can get back in. That's fine. I may not last that long either. Find your drishti. Stay with your breath. And when you're done, just shake it out. All right, good stuff. So we have 10 minutes left. I want to get into our hips a little more with pigeon. Good old pigeon. So however you like to set up for pigeon, I like it from down dog, but if you want to do figure 4 from your back, and also if you have a wall and you like to do the restorative version, that's an option. For everyone else, regular pigeon, I think is easiest to get into from down dog. So that's the cue that I will provide. From here, lift your right leg up and back and come on forward with your hands, right knee behind right wrist, left toes behind left wrist. Back leg should be nice and long, top of the foot into the floor, just as a point to stay straight. Keep your hips square to the front of the mat. If you have a block or anything, a pillow, anything you need to really create a little bit of rest here. It is intense, and it is a point in your practice in which you may think, oh, it's almost time to move on, but I encourage you to stay here. Think about how your body is feeling, or simply follow the path of the breath. You will be here for 1 minute. About 15 more seconds. Hang in there. Keep breathing. And 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and lift yourself up. Extend that right leg back behind you. Take any motions that feel good. And set the right leg down. Inhale, sweep the left leg back behind you. And come on forward when you're ready. I'll start the minute now. Fifteen seconds left. Hang in there. And move on out. Plant your hands again. Extend the left leg. And come on down to your backs. All right, bring your knees to your chest. Take them in a big circle. Notice any differences from the last time you had your knees up in your chest. Hopefully you feel a little space. Go ahead and plant the feet. We will do a bridge and a second bridge or a wheel, yogi's choice. First bridge. So go ahead and place your hands under your back, lift the hips, roll the shoulder heads, and really press into the feet, lifting the hips, flexing the quads, even the abs. Try to think about your throat being open. Don't scrunch too much. Let your neck be long. One more inhale. Exhale down to the earth. You can bring your knees in if you like for a counter. And one more bridge or wheel if you'd like to go there. I'm going to give the cues for wheel. If you're in bridge, go ahead and lift up. For wheel, plant your hands up by your ears and press up. One more breath in. Exhale. When you come down from wheel, tuck that chin. Be very careful with your neck. Everyone pull the knees in really tight. Give yourself a hug. All right, last couple poses here. So next option is legs up the wall, either staying here or we're gonna travel through waterfall, plow, deaf man. So if you wanna stay here, you can always end your practice here inside of Shavasana as well. But for those of us going through a couple more, you're gonna lift your hips onto your hands for your shoulder stand. Flex the balls of the feet. Again, let your head be planted into the mat. Don't scrunch up. See if you can find extension. Deep breath in. Exhale, let your feet fall behind your head. Very intense full back body stretch. Be as deep or as shallow in here as you need. Today, it is not looking like a very deep day for me. It's a little painful. Breathe through wherever you are. And if you need even more, you can let your knees come to the side of your head for deaf man. 2 more really deep, long breaths. And come back onto your back. If there's anything else that you need that your body's calling for, you can take that. Or if you're ready for your rest, you can either set up for a legs up the wall and use a wall. Especially if you're at home, you can find a place that you can create some stillness. And again, make sure if you are on an actual wall, do your best to bring your butt all the way to the wall to create that nice angle and really good resting space. For everyone else, if you are ready for Shavasana, go ahead and set up. So make sure that your legs are about on the corners of your mat, your feet are splayed open, your palms are up. Bring your shoulders, kind of let them open across the back body as you're here. Base of the skull definitely pressed in and resting. Let the crown of the head kind of reach up so you get some extension in the throat. And close your eyes. You can release your metered breath. Just let your attention kind of stay with your physical body, stay with the breath. If you'd like to use this as meditation, you can start to meditate on some mantra that you might have. Maybe it's just being here and using your breath. Take these last few moments to really rejuvenate the physical body and relax the mind. And I will wake you up with the gong when it's time to move on. Start to wiggle your fingers and toes, extending, reaching really, really, really far. Your biggest body stretch yet. When you're ready, you can roll onto your favorite arm, favorite side, taking these last few moments for yourself. When you're ready, bring yourself to a comfortable seat, bringing your hands to heart center, keeping your eyes closed. Take a moment here to reflect on how you're feeling emotionally, physically, how this feeling of sitting still may be different than the first time you were sitting still on your mat this morning. Bring your knuckles up to the third eye, reminding yourself to think pure and loving thoughts. Knuckles to the lips to remind yourself to speak pure and loving words. Back down at heart center to remind yourself to have pure and loving intentions for yourself and others. Namaste. All right. Thanks everyone for joining. Thanks to Grant for being the cameraman and for practicing being my one student. I miss you guys. But we're doing the right thing, staying away, do all the right stuff you're supposed to, and we'll get through this. Have a great Sunday.